49ers Rebel Talk.
Welcome everybody to another edition of 49ers Rebel Talk, your headquarters for the latest news on the San Francisco 49ers. I'm your host, The Niner Man. It is great to have you with us. It is Wednesday, January 27th, 2016, and we're coming to you from Anaheim, California. Thank you for joining us. Please continue to visit my website. You know the address. It is www.49ersrebelhq.com. If anybody has any questions or concerns, please do not hesitate in sending me an email. The address is daninerman@49ersrebelhq.com. Once again, that is DANINERMAN at 49ersrebelhq.com. And before we begin, as always, I just want to thank everyone for the support. To all of you who have been showing support and following my page, my Facebook page actually, which is www.facebook.com/firebalky. Remember, without you, this podcast would not be possible. And one other reminder for all of you who use your iPhones, iPods, and iPads, the 49ers Rebel Talk podcast is available on iTunes. When you are searching for podcasts, just go to the search window and type in 49ers Rebel Talk, and you should be able to find us easily. So please subscribe. We'd like to have more and more people listening. Thanks again. Before we get into the main part of our agenda, just want to add my 2 cents about the Super Bowl. And this past weekend, the NFC Championship, was not nearly as exciting as the AFC Championship. And right now, it seems that, after hearing about what everyone's talking about, or, watching ESPN or watching SportsCenter, basically, many people are favoring the Carolina Panthers to easily win the Super Bowl. And I just gotta come in and say that I'm not trying to predict an upset or anything, but I'm just saying, do not count out the Denver Broncos. They have a very good defense, and if they're able to move the ball on offense, it can make for a very, very interesting Super Bowl. Naturally, we're going to have to wait this coming weekend. If you're really crazy about watching football every weekend, the only football you could basically watch this coming weekend will be the Pro Bowl. So that's something you could watch as you get prepared for the huge Super Bowl that'll be coming up. Actually, which will be Super Bowl 50, and that will be played at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, California, the home of your San Francisco 49ers. Okay, everyone, we actually do have some news about the 49ers coming out of Canada, of all places. Well, actually, this news involves the Canadian Football League. The San Francisco 49ers have signed offensive lineman Colin Kelly to a 2-year deal that contains $65,000 in guaranteed money. Colin Kelly played last season for the Ottawa Redblacks, and now he's been signed by the 49ers, and of course, this is probably to try and get more depth on the offensive line that really struggled for the San Francisco 49ers last season. And also, last week, the San Francisco 49ers even signed wide receiver Eric Rogers from the CFL. He actually played for the Calgary Stampeders last year. So that's 2 new players that are joining the San Francisco 49ers who have come from the Canadian Football League. Sounds like these could be some interesting deals, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how they do when we get to training camp. Okay, 49ers fans, we have now come to the main part of our agenda today. Naturally, you've heard what I've had to say about the current state of the San Francisco 49ers, and obviously that gets boring after a while. So what's exciting and interesting about this is that we are going to share input from other San Francisco 49ers fans, and these 49ers fans that have decided to share their input have come from my Facebook page, which once again I will remind you of the address, which is www.facebook.com/firebalky. And the big issue right now with the San Francisco 49ers is who will be the quarterback next season. There's lots of speculation. Clearly, we're not going to find out till probably April 1st. And until then, there's just going to be continued speculation. So I decided to have a little survey on my page, and I wanted to know what other San Francisco 49er fans had to say about it. So my question for this survey was, 49er faithful, what is your solution for quarterback of the San Francisco 49ers? And there were 4 choices. The first one, Colin Kaepernick. The second one, Blaine Gabbert. The third choice, draft a quarterback. And the fourth one, I just put other, meaning that the 49ers could probably sign a free agent quarterback. The first response that I want to share comes from William Lacroix, who's from Baldwin Park, California. And this is what he had to say regarding the quarterback situation for the San Francisco 49ers. So, quote, Kaepernick, all he needs is a coach that coaches to his strengths, end quote. I agree very much. Thank you very much. for your response, William. I think a lot of people agree with that as well. Let's go to the next one. This is from Jesse Ray Stinton from Rathdrum, Idaho. Quote, Kaepernick, but let him run. No more trying to turn him into a pocket passer, end quote. Very good answer as well. I do like that. He's obviously preaching to the choir here. Next person is Derek Perry from Boise, Idaho. Quote, there is an opportunity cost with drafting a quarterback. I think cornerback or offensive lineman is a more pressing need at the moment. I say we roll with Cap until further notice. I agree that we need to allow him to play quarterback as a dual threat. He's proven that he isn't a strict pocket passer, end quote. Another very good response, in my opinion. Seems that there are lots of 49ers fans that are on the same page as well. Next person here is Chucky Busquet from Mount Vernon, Washington. And let's hear what he had to say. Quote, I think top priority is a cornerback and a right guard, assuming Davis comes out of retirement. Probably a middle linebacker in the 3rd or 4th round. And I agree with everyone, just let Kaepernick be Cap and he will fit well with Kelly's offense, end quote. Yep, that definitely sounds like it makes a lot of sense to me. And of course, like I've said in my previous podcast, I think a lot of Niners fans would be very surprised if Colin Kaepernick is not the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, considering that he has the skill set that would really be suitable for Chip Kelly's offense. Okay, but continuing on. Next, we have a response from Chris Gilbert, who is from Reno, Nevada. And this is what Chris had to say. Quote, I am hoping with Kelly's background in college coaching, he can help Kaepernick. I think the kid deserves one more shot, but he sure needs a better offensive line to protect him, end quote. Yes, very good observation by Chris Gilbert. Thank you, Chris. Next one comes from Ricky Torres, who is from Manteca, California. And he had this in capital letters saying, draft Vernon Adams from Oregon. He is going to be a beast. And you know what? Recently I did hear Vernon Adams' name in the East-West college game. Basically, the college all-star game. He, of course, Vernon Adams is from Oregon. I think right away many people see the connection between Vernon Adams and Chip Kelly. Well, we'll see what the 49ers decide. The next bit of information comes from Ronald Todd Jr. from Virginia. And let's see what he had to say. Quote, just not sure Cap will ever make the quick decisions you need to survive. Fix the line, draft a quarterback, and trade Cap. How long is long enough? But most of all, fire Trent Baalke, end quote. Very good quote there at the end, Ronald. I could tell you've spent a decent amount of time on my page. Thank you. Now, the last quote I want to share here comes from Stephen M. Griswold from Fresno, California. Let's see what he had to say. Quote, go with Cap. Gabbard is a good backup. Don't draft. That has hurt us in the past, end quote. I really definitely have to agree a lot with Stephen M. Griswold's response here. And because of his response, it's making me having to go back in time. I don't usually like to do this, but let's go back to that 2005 NFL draft when the San Francisco 49ers had the first pick. They selected Alex Smith, and we all know later in that first round, Aaron Rodgers was available. He was drafted by the Green Bay Packers, and we all remember that it was Aaron Rodgers who grew up being a fan of the San Francisco 49ers, and he was really hoping that they would have drafted him out of Cal, but I know we don't want to spend too much time on that, but like what Steven said, is that so he's basically saying, don't draft, that has hurt us in the past. And I'm sure maybe I might be receiving some flack for this, but that's fine. I've said what I've said. If someone else disagrees, that's fine. Please send your comments forward. You could even send me an email. The address, theninerman@49ersrebelhq.com, or you could just post something on my Facebook page, which is www.facebook.com/firebalky. Thank you, everybody, for sharing your responses. I really do appreciate it. I want to do my best to get more and more of your input throughout many more of our upcoming podcasts. I really do appreciate your help, and I also appreciate your support. In regards to data involving the survey, basically, 64% of people believe that Kaepernick should be the quarterback for the 49ers. We had 18% that voted other, 13% that voted draft a quarterback, and only 5% that voted that Blaine Gabbert should be the starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers. So thanks again for your insight. We have some data here, and I like to know, it's always nice to know what 49ers fans are thinking. Thank you again, everybody, for listening to another edition of 49ers Rebel Talk. I really do appreciate the support please continue to visit my webpage. You know the address, www.49ersrebelhq.com. Also, make sure you continue visiting my Facebook page because I will need some more and more input from you awesome 49ers fans. You know the address, www.facebook.com/firebalky. And if you have any questions or concerns or any comments, please send me an email. The address is daninerman@49ersrebelhq.com. That is DANINERMAN@49ersrebelhq.com. Like I said earlier, if you are always using your iPhone, iPod, or iPad, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Rebel Talk on iTunes. It's very easy to find us. When you're using iTunes, just go to the podcast section, go to the search window and type in 49ers Rebel Talk, and you should be able to find us easily. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thanks again, everybody. It was nice to have you with us. Till next time, I'm the Niner Man for 49ers Rebel Talk. Over and out.
Fumble! The 49ers think they have it!
49ers Rebel Talk.